Morning everyone! You know what I miss the most about video games these days? Mods. You know, as someone who grew up with games like Warcraft 3 and Counter-Strike, games in a lot of aspects are known for primarily the mod support and the mod capabilities. And oh, by the way, Counter-Strike started like a mod. It pains me to see that not many new games come out with mod support. Now, of course, there are some. Like, for example, Starfield is supposed to have mod support, and you know, you have games like Skyrim that everyone knows for its modding community. However, I really miss the ability to mod your game. This concept, I feel like, is very unknown to a lot of people who play video games, especially the guys who play games on consoles, because usually games on consoles are modifiable, meaning you cannot really mod it unless you're emulating it or you have a hijacked console, or in some really rare circumstances the game has the mod support. However, I honestly miss the fact that there were so many good old games, like for example Medieval 2 Total War, that just have an insane library of mods. Now, don't get me wrong, am I saying this partially because I'm just horny and I really just want some loot mods? Perhaps, I'm not going to hide it. However, I believe that some of the best gaming experiences that you can possibly have in this day and age come from mods. Recently I got myself into Bannerlord 2, and when I just saw how many mods there are and how many things there are for that game, despite it being kind of fresh, it kind of blew my mind away, and I was really happy to see that, especially as someone who grew up on Warband. Now, I of course understand that, you know, AAA studios, they're just too poor to implement mod support or proper anti-cheat software that will, you know, silver line everything, but it still kind of pains me that we just don't have something like that in this day and age, and I feel like we are going towards an end goal where we might see less and less of this, unless studios like Valve or, you know, similar ones push more on the agenda, because I genuinely believe that you can get some insane experiences these days with just a couple of bucks, an old PC with some really easily moddable game that's from early 2000s, and have an insane blast with it. And I don't really see just many people talk about this. I remember back in around 2015, I used to play a lot of Medieval 2. I couldn't care less about the game, but man, there were mods like the Lord of the Rings mod, the AD something mod, years, you know, and at the time I had such a blast with it. I look back on, you know, those days, I'm like, damn. And, you know, not to mention Minecraft, I mean, you have things like Decade for Minecraft, one of the most known mod packs out there. So yeah, as someone who literally likes playing games on consoles, one of the things that kind of drew me, I guess it's actually the main thing that drew me out of gaming from consoles, is the fact that you just don't really have many mods. I mean, holy fuck, I just wish I could take my Nintendo Switch and just mod the game like Monster Hunter and, you know, have new content on the Switch. I mean, of course, there probably is a way to do it, but I just don't see it, you know? It saddens me. It really does. What makes it even more depressing is that, you know, for example, not too long ago, there was a Call of Duty modification or a project, however you want to call it, called SM2. I don't care for Call of Duty. I played the new one a little bit because I really like gunsmith thing they have going on. However, SM2 kind of really piqued my interest because it just sounded really cool. And you know what, that happens. Yeah, so yeah. I just wish that, you know, probably not that many game developers will ever see this video. But for me personally, whenever I see a new game come out with Steam Workshop support, my interest in the game increases by 100% sometimes. Quite often, in fact, I look on older games that I own that are sandboxy or, you know, have something like that going on, and I just try to see if there are some mods so I can have the old experience with, you know, a little bit of spice in it. And yeah, I just wish there were more things like that. Either way, I just wanted to ramble about this. If you like the video, I would really appreciate a like or a sub, depending on what you want to do. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.